What a finish. What a man. The drum roll finishes. And the target is
finals night, and it's a lovely
Dirty Harrison!
He's showing the 4 flights, Steve.
Double topped. What a comeback for Mike Gillet. Can he kill off this game? Yes, he can. He seals a 4-3 win. Double 16 and looking good. The Prince of Wales has found his groove. He's some way to round it off. And what a recovery that is, following the little slip.
It's the final night's worth of action here in Group B. The final 3 spots through to tomorrow night's final will be finalised. Welcome along to Portsmouth, welcome along to Pluto TV, and welcome along to the Live Lounge. Well, very good evening to you. Welcome along. It's the final night's worth of play before we head through to Saturday's final. We saw Boris Kirchbar win his way through on Wednesday afternoon, and earlier on today we saw Richard McKee and Oliver King book their passages through to the showpiece. Scott Mitchell is with us once again to talk through all the action, and tonight, Group B, everybody's in play.
Yeah, definitely everybody's still in play because it's obviously the shorter group and there's less games. You can't get away so quick either, as well as there's not so many to catch up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight. There's some places up for grabs, and there's going to be a little bit of heartache for 1 or 2 by the end.
So earlier on this afternoon, Group C came to its culmination. It was won by Richard McKee in the end, and he was just the best performer, full stop, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the best performer. You know, he was top of the table overnight. Sometimes that can easily grab you a little bit and you come back the next day and not quite perform and limp over the line. No such thing for Richard. He came, did the job that he needed to do, and early doors got on top of his main rival as well and beat him early. So, yeah, he kind of had the job done by a couple of games in.
Let's have a look at the table then. This is how it finished up. Sorry, this is not the table. This is the breakdown. Richard McKee, the winner of Group C. Oliver King, the runner-up. Boris Kirchbar won Group A on Wednesday afternoon. And tonight, Mason Whitlock, Steve Hine and Mike Gillet, alongside Ryan Branley and Richard Burnett, comprise Group B, which overnight sees Ryan Branley lead the way. 8 points to his name. Mason Whitlock, Richard Burnett and Mike Gillet all on 4. Steve Hine winless following the first day's worth of play. Ryan Branley top of the table, 8 points to his name. When he was pushed, he found levels, but he didn't have to play his A game last night, did he, for those 8 points?
No, he hasn't really been pushed, and I think that's been the case for him all week. I think he's also made sort of difficult stuff look very simple. Here's an instance here where he kind of made a mistake, hit the double 12, left himself double 14, and sorted the problem out. He's just one of those lads. He doesn't panic. He doesn't get flustered. And when he does get flustered, maybe at the board, by the time he comes back round to throw again, everything's back calm again. His heart rate's back down and he's thinking straight again. And that's why he's been in a position to be at the top of the table.
How would you categorise Richie Burnett's week so far?
Very indifferent. There's been moments of absolute brilliance, which we come to expect from Richie. And then there'll be moments of sheer stupidity and where it just hasn't gone right for him. He's very feast and famine this week, and he hasn't found that level game that we're used to seeing him. We're used to seeing him sort of plateau in at a certain level, but he's going up and down like a fiddler's elbow, and that's the inconsistency is causing him the problem.
So Ryan Branley, the favourite with the bookies. Now we can have a look at the odds here. Is there anybody that stops him tonight?
No, I don't think so. I think he's got that little lead, and I think probably one game will see him through, I think. But the way that Ryan thinks he's a young man. He wants to win every game. He's not going to be worried about. He's going to go through a top man. That's what he wants, and I think he's going to achieve that tonight.
18 plus, gambleware.org if you're going to have a flutter on the Super Series. Our first game of the evening sees Richie Burnett in action. He's in the middle portion of the table going into Friday's action. The Prince of Wales into his 5th day, and earlier on this evening I caught up with him. Richie, here we go, day 5 for yourself. How would you say the first 4 days have gone this week?
Well, I'm glad I had 4 days of it, because, you know, it's like, another comeback, like, no, it's not for me. I mean, I made more comebacks than Lassie. So, yeah, the 4 days I needed them. I needed practice. I'm a bit inconsistent. Hit 180s, but nothing behind it. So, yeah, hopefully consistency can get me away for through till tomorrow. And then, whoopee, here we go.
Is that the biggest frustration, a bit of inconsistency?
Yeah, it is, because you just want to get that niche. You know, you want to get that, you know, that muscle memory back. Because, like I say, I had a couple of weeks off before I come here. So, yeah, but you've got to have that enthusiasm as well. So if you're playing a lot and you're just going through the motions then. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing.
That infectious love of the game is still very much there. What's the kind of key behind that?
Just meeting people. I'm a people person, and I just want to just have fun in my life. You know, depression has been a big part of my life, and it's all down to me, that is. So, yeah, I just want to be honest with myself and enjoy what I got left in the game, and I'll give it my all and see how it goes, you know. And it's not easy, but it's just an adventure, and that's the way I like it.
So is it about embracing opportunities like this and
Yeah, because like I say, you know, these youngsters coming through, it's going to happen at any time, you know. I'm not going to be around forever. But I still enjoy the challenge, and like I say, I've made more comebacks than last year. I hate saying it, but I have. But it's the love of the game.
Finally, what would making it through to another Saturday mean to you?
Yeah, it's just, I haven't missed many, to be honest, in all the times I've been doing this. So, expecting, you know, embracing, yes. So here it goes.
Wish you all the very best. Richie, good luck.
Cheers, Henry. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you, appreciate it. Thank you, Richie. Anyway, game number 1 of the night is Burnett against Gillet. Game 1 of 10 that we're going to be bringing to you across Pluto TV over the course of the next 3.25 hours here in Portsmouth. It's an all-Welsh battle to kick the evening's affairs off. Let's get to find out both the players little bit better, shall we? Burnett, the 58-year-old from Wales, a former weekly runner-up in the past, looking to win his first weekly title here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth, up against Gillet, a man who has won a week. That was all the way back in Series 3. The 41-year-old now resides in Eastleigh, Hampshire. Jolly little jaunt up the M27 to join us on a series upon series basis here in Portsmouth. Paul Hinks is the referee in charge of the action this evening. So let's get it underway. It's Richie Burnett first to the hockey in this all-Welsh battle. And it's an all-Welsh battle which is going to be watched in the company of another former world champion. We've got the 1995 world champion on the hockey. We've got the 2015 world champion with us here in the commentary box. Very good evening to you, Scott.
Yeah, good evening, Henry. Really looking forward to this group. We know that probably Ryan Branley has got it in the palm of his hand, but the other 2 spots, there is going to be a bit of a scrap between the other 4. So these guys are going to want to get off to a good start.
Yeah, both players picked up 4 points from the opening day's worth of play. Burnett won this game 4-0 last night. Just felt like Mike kind of ran out of steam a little bit as the session drew to a close. In terms of their opening night numbers in this group,
41.
Richie
with an overall average of 83.75. Had 5 180s as he limbers up. But actually, his 180 hitting has kind of been his key attribute this week.
45.
We don't often associate Richie as, well, at least in these days anyway, as an absolute power scorer. But that twin with 33% in terms of his checkout ratio has kind of been the
96.
keys towards his success. He's kind of done everything right. 5 180s, 3-ton plus checkouts. You probably feel most disappointed that he hasn't got more points on the board than
45.
what he already has.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, his 180 hitting this week has been really good. I think I was looking through the stats earlier, and I think he's at 32 180s this week. You know, and we're not used to seeing him maybe doing some
43.
of that so much. But like you say, maybe the inconsistencies that we've seen from him this week is because he hasn't really done anything for 2 weeks before, and he had a couple of real intense days on the board before he came here.
85.
And you and I both know that other players have come in. There's no fast fix for that. You need a bit of time. It needs to be a couple of 3 weeks on the way in. So, you know, maybe Richie's feeling that he can play his
135.
way into finals night, and then come the finals night, he's kind of been here sort of 6 days then, and you know, the rustiness goes away, because some
100.
people get a little bit
Whitlock,
sort of
61.
match rusty when they're not playing, and it's that simple. You feel that everybody else is playing around you and you're not, so...
I think Burnett's one of them that is going to get his substance from playing in competition.
29.
I don't see him at this stage of his
Whitlock,
career being
100.
somebody that's going to hit home and hammer a practice ball for hours on end. He'll just play in as much as he can just to kind of tick himself over as Gillet looks at a ton to win the opening leg. And you
Yeah,
have to
he's on the
say
first
that's a
leg,
bit of a
Mike Gillet.
nick, because Richie Burnett kind of dominated that leg in terms of scoring exchanges.
Second leg,
Wasn't
Mike to
a
through
classic
first.
leg, but Gillet won't care. He knows he's got to get
Yeah.
off to a quick start. And that ton checkout gives him an early break. A break which he needed at some point in the game if he was to get the better of Richie in this one.
Yeah, Mike hit a 112 shot out
140.
last night, was his only ton plus, and that was against Ryan Branley, ironically, halfway through the evening. So that's his second ton plus of the group, but
100.
yeah, Richie will be ruined that he didn't really get a dart there. It was a nice 100 shot from
140.
Mike all the same.
$93. $40.
Yeah, Steve Hine last night never
100.
really got going, did he? And I've never seen him play like that 2 nights in a row. So he really can be the fox in the hen house this evening for these guys that are chasing spots
105.
2 and 3.
Well, it's not out of the equation he can't qualify through, but what he needs to rely on is Ryan Branley to go as crazy as he did last night, and somebody to
43.
really streak clear in
Mario
second
Kart,
position so he can
76.
just scoot through, win 3-4 matches and maybe sneak through in that third position in the group as Gillet looks at double top to open up a 2-0 lead.
56.
And how a game can change on one moment. The ton checkout's kind of changed the complexion of this one.
Yeah, we saw a few games like it this afternoon, didn't we? Changed on a shot out and changed the complexion of the group, and we could be looking for the same
90.
thing here.
Mario Kart 20.
Like you say, Gillet them for a 2-0 lead, double 10. Statistically, the best double for a left-hander.
Game show on the second
Oh, I know
leg.
my
Mike
stuff,
Gillet.
don't I? Straight in there, lovely.
Third
You
leg,
know
Richie to through
darts,
first.
Scotty.
Game on.
You know darts.
Yeah, I know more about tractors and stuff, to be honest. But yes, I do my best with darts to give you all my superior knowledge.
Don't burn it all in one go, will
140.
you?
I don't know how to use big words. I'm not very well educated.
Favorite type of tractor?
81.
What's the best one? If I was ever in a bit of trouble on a farm, what kind of tractor I want to get me out of trouble?
They all do different things. You know, one of them are ideal for a stockman tractor and not doing field work. Other ones are designed to do the field work and not so good in and
46.
around buildings because they don't turn so tight. You know, I'm going to have to say probably a John Deere is the ideal for both. But the big ones are not good around the tight areas, and the little ones are super around the tight areas, but not good out in the field. So it really depends
45.
where you are and what you're doing. You asked the question. I've just given you the answer. Don't look at me like that.
Basically, if I want to be a multi-millionaire, I should find a Goldilocks tractor or make a Goldilocks tractor.
Look, if you're Jeremy
59.
Clarkson, you have a Lamborghini, don't you? Because it works for everything. But yeah, no, I would have a John Deere. I like a John Deere because I can blend in then with the hedgerows and the wife can't see where I am and when I'm not supposed to be somewhere. It's like a camouflage tractor.
Could have just worn cargo trousers. Anyway,
100.
Burnett leads himself on a finish and getting himself rather irate rather quickly.
58. Richie O'Carr, 156.
Kind of come on,
22.
which we kind of hear more reminiscently of Neil Duff than anybody else.
$60. Richie O'Carr, 134.
The poor visit from Burnett there really has let Mike back in, and although Burnett still holds the darts, he needs the treble 18 now.
58. Mike O'Carr, 120.
Doesn't go, so two good digs here for Mike at the treble 20. He hits it with the first, stay straight, over the top.
80.
Oh, over the
Richie
top by a
O'Carr,
wire's
76.
width.
Well, this is perhaps Burnett's route back into the match. Double 8.
Game shown the third leg. Richie
Burnett
Burnett.
is back into the contest, back at 2-1.
And he does that so
Fourth leg,
well,
Mike to
Richie.
through first.
It
Game
happens when you play him, you think you've got him, and everything tells you that he's not going to go and hit that shot. And then he goes and takes it out so cleanly because his mindset is so good when it comes to that moment, when he knows he's got to hit it. He just comes up with something, and that's what makes him the true champion that he is. And it was 30 years ago that he was the
45.
champion, and he's still doing things that champions do. It's so good to see.
Well, longevity is a seldom thing that happens in
125.
sport. So for anybody to find it is quite remarkable. And Richie's had to do it the difficult way, and he was kind of philosophical in his pre-match interview about some of the ups and the downs and how
60.
the road hasn't been easy. But what he's trying to do, he's trying to enjoy himself. He's trying to meet new people. He called himself by his own description of people person. He's just enjoying
100.
the ups and downs that come with it. And I get the sense that Richie Burnett will throw darts for as long as he physically can throw darts for.
Yeah, and I agree.
180.
There's another one of those 180s. He's been 33 now for the week. But he's been... and I think about when he won the World Championship.
85.
How many players around him at that time, at that World Championship, are still playing? One is a big thing, and two, are they still playing at the level that Richie's
83.
playing? Are they still
Mike O'Carr,
getting
111.
on the TV as often as this? There's not many of them that are.
The only other one's Steve Beaton, isn't it, really? But
Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose Darryl Fitton was
91.
around him around
Richie
that time
O'Carr,
as well, and he's been
133.
here. But you know, of those 32 guys that were at that World Championship, maybe, and each side of a round when he won it, there aren't too many still doing the biz.
well, at least not to an octanely high level.
93.
Get
Mike
it for
O'Carr,
3-1.
20.
Is looking at double 10.
Game shown the fourth leg.
In
Mike
it
Gillet.
goes, and Gillet leads by 3 legs to 1.
It's our left-hander and
Fifth
double
leg,
10
Richie to throw
again.
first.
Super
Game on.
job.
It's like one of those guarantees in life, isn't it? Lefty, double 10, they'll be half decent.
55.
But then try and explain to me why I don't feel like that about double 16 and double 8, because right-handed I should feel like that, and I don't. Maybe I'm too tall. Maybe that's why I like tops and 18s. I don't know.
You'll have to ask
85.
somebody way more qualified than me, which means literally anybody.
I was looking for your university degree, natural, common sense type thing, but you obviously couldn't help me.
I got a certificate
81.
for basically cutting and pasting essays, not deep analysis.
Oh, that's why you're a little bit like Henry
58.
Spreadsheet then on the Super Series, is it? You're into paperwork.
I am a paperwork man.
I like it.
Although a lot of my university was spent on Zoom
59.
meetings.
I'm a paperwork man, but it's just that blue stuff on the big rolls that you get to clean your hands and clean the grease off your tractors and everything. Now, I'm good with blue paper. It's the big, real thick industrial stuff. It's just when you got to write on paper, it kind of gets away from me a bit.
140.
Is that why you use? Is that why you use highlighters all the time?
Absolutely that, and then my eyesight.
It looks very nice and pristine, those highlightings tonight. So I'll be buying you a colouring book for Christmas.
Oh, thank you
83.
very much. Can the colouring book have the numbers in the places? So I know number 4 is green, and I know how to colour it in green that way.
I'll get the 4 to 6 range.
Thank you very
45.
much.
Well, Gillet slowly but surely making his way towards the line here, but Burnett may just well, he is really at it, isn't he? He's trying to punch the floor.
81.
And he might be out of a puncher's chance in this game.
$43. Richard Carwood and 42.
One 4-2 to save the game. He's not going to find the treble 14, which would have afforded him a dart at double top. So Gillet, 130 to
79.
win the match.
Mike Car 130.
And this would be for a big opening win on the board. Burnett looks chastised at the back of the stage. But Gillet strays
45.
that second
Richard
dart
Carr,
wide into the
63.
5. Burnett back for 63 to extend the game furthermore.
$43.
Doesn't go.
Mike Car 85.
That's like one of those things you see at the London Marathon, isn't it? You know when they got the little pinny on the with their number of the runner and whatever they are. Anyway, bullseye for
36.
the match.
Richard Car 20.
Was it Hull City when they first got promoted to the Premier League? They didn't have the right numbering, so they had to put tape on the players' shirts for a couple of weeks.
10.
Got no idea, but Gillet here
Mike
looking
Car
at
49.
49. Anyway, it's a cheap bit of advertising for someone. It's double top.
Game shown
And that's a 4-1 win for Mike Gillet. He gets his campaign up and running. And for Richie Burnett, well, that sticker on the back might as well say beat me, because that is exactly what has happened to him in this opening match of the night. Mike Gillet with a 4-1 victory. Coming up after the break, Mason Whitlock takes on Ryan Branley. A win in this one, and he is through to tomorrow night. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius?
Yes.
Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Burnett. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Burnett. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
Time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McGuire.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Whitlock! Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. Before the break, Mike Gillet got the better of Richie Burnett by 4 legs to 1. Game number 2 is a meeting between Mason Whitlock and Ryan Branley. For Ryan, victory in this one will secure his route through to Saturday night's finale, or pretty much secure his route through to Saturday night's finale. There is still a situation where 4 players can finish on 10 points in this group. However, if that does happen, then I will turn up in tomorrow's show wearing a Southampton shirt. That is how unlikely that scenario is. I tell you what, it's that unlikely a scenario. If it happens, I'll get a tattoo of a Scotty dog on my back.
What, big one? A big one?
First leg, Mason to through first. Game on.
We'll see. Anyway, into this game. It's Mason Whitlock to get us started. Oh, please don't let that happen. You know what my luck's like. Please, Steve Hine, win a game, please.
57.
I think that tattoo would look quite good, actually.
Only problem is, Scott, I'm needle phobic.
Well, if you have it on your back, you can't see it happening, can you?
100.
Oh, I would wince. Oh, I would wince.
I know you would.
God, there'd be tears everywhere. Oof.
I saw you with a bit of cramp in here today. I thought your leg
46.
fell off.
Oh my! I tell you now, honestly, cramp is not nice.
No, no.
If you wonder why I went quiet for a leg or two this afternoon, I basically just stretched my foot, cramped myself
43.
up, and I was absolutely wincing, in pain the lot.
I thought I was going to have to stretch him out like a footballer and tip his toe towards his chin,
59.
but it didn't have to happen.
Would we have had to stop play, or would we have just had extra time?
No, we wouldn't have stopped play at all. I mean, it's not like you're not of any importance to the play, are you? You must let the play flow. If you were a referee or something, we'd have to stop play. Somebody important.
Well, for these
46.
two players, it's about the importance of being idle. On the night where races get back together at Wembley Stadium, Branley missing out on Morning Glory on Wednesday. That was his story of the week. But cast no shadow about the way that he's come back in this Group B.
139. $48. Measure car 154. $130. Run your car 170. $40. Measure car 24.
Chatting to himself there from Branley, but Whitlock for double 12.
Getting shown the first leg, Mason Whitlock.
First leg goes the way of the apprentice.
Second leg round through first. Game on. $85.
It was looking good there till the last start was Branley. Whitlock will be wanting another one of those to really assert the problem.
80.
Paul Hinks just moved in there just to inspect the 25 region, just to see whether maybe there was a touching point there, but there wasn't.
It's not that often we ever see
100.
that, and there's on the odd occasion, but the flight has to be further away from the board, doesn't it, so that the point can actually touch the front surface, and then obviously the points for
125.
wherever the point is touching will count towards your total score of the throw.
$134. $180.
He had no issues with 180 hitting yesterday, did Mason Whitlock. 8 of them over the course of the session, which has probably underlined
100.
his
Measure car
inconsistency over the
116.
course of the week, because there has been times where it has felt pretty much all or nothing. He's not going to go all in on the 116, and so
86.
Branley
Run your
back
car
for
82.
82.
$17 for tops. Oh, dallied. He did mess about with the treble 17 there. That would have left him double 3,
on the
but
second leg,
takes a
Ryan
step
Branley.
back, composes himself, forgets how tight that was to
Third
the
leg
treble
Mason through
17.
first. Game on.
Steps up and hit tops. Once again, a calmness from Branley at the right moments. I've been saying it for those of you who've been watching all week.
93.
And I hate to keep repeating myself, but he just has something a little special, this 17-year-old. The bits that you can't teach, he has. He has them already.
55.
The key now is to kind of harness them, isn't it? And to becoming the best possible pro that he could possibly be in the coming years.
44.
Well, they come natural to him. The thought process comes natural to him. So, like you say, I think he has
140.
a little bit of something. Only time will tell. I suppose what I'm saying is he has the potential to be something.
47.
Life gets us all in different ways, and as time goes on, it's how important darts is in your life. Is it getting in your way, or is it paving
40.
you a way? That's the thing with the game. And you come to forks in the road all the time within the game, and you have to choose the right fork
59.
and stay on the right path.
$58. $121. $81. Makes the car 137.
So Whitlock 137 isn't going to go. So Branley 127 in
97.
game to
Manual car 127.
take the lead and get the breaker phone. He's going to have to take it.
Inksy there having a little grin at the 127. Bullseye. Does the Rob Cross thing, steps back, blows on his fingers, and then boom, at the target.
102.
Ooh,
Makes
very
the car
close.
40.
Gave it a good scare, didn't he? But Whitlock to get his nose in front. Double 10.
Game's
He's
on the
a
third
friend.
leg. Mason Whitlock.
And he moves halfway towards victory.
Fourth leg round through first. Game on.
Yeah, nicely done by Mason.
$134.
Branley back on throw, opens up with a 1-3-4. Blocker with the first, and then two lovely treble 19s, and that's a touch unfortunate for Mason. Second one hitting the desired target, but then just falling out. On a flight on flight, I think
58.
that one bounced out. Or a dart on dart, whatever you want to call it. Call it a Dodd. That'd be good. A dart on dart. Call it a Dodd. There's
80.
another Dodd.
And it's making life far from a doddle for Whitlock. Whitlock? Whitlock. That's what happens when you put Callan and Mason in the same room. You get a Whitlock. We won't talk about hair with them two.
140.
Mind you, I can't talk about hair altogether.
Say if you get stuck on the motorway, does that mean you get a Gwidlock?
If I'm talking, yes.
97.
Yeah, nicely. Branley looking good here on 76. Whitlock looking to pressure. Went the right way
54.
to start off.
Run your car 76.
Our start needed to be an 18. Threw it at the 20 and now left himself on a bogey. It may not matter. Down to Branley in this double top to level up.
56.
Not to be, so now being on a bogey is a problem. Because every time you leave a bogey number, you generally hit a big treble first start.
133.
But
Run
that's
your
a
car
good
20.
reply and response to leaving it. Will he get back at it? That's the question. Double 10 for Branley. In a bit more. Didn't
No
happen. So
Makes your
Whitlock,
car 32.
massive chance to break here at 32 and go 3-1
He's
up.
on the fourth leg. Mason
He's
Whitlock.
done it, and now he's on throw.
Fifth leg Mason to through first.
He's
Game
on
on.
throw to close the game out.
One hundred and
Well,
40.
this would be a huge step in the right direction for Mason Whitlock. What also worries me is it would mean
100.
that the potential of 4 players finishing on 10 would actually be enhanced if Mason was to win this contest.
Yeah, absolutely.
60.
Burnett's going to be under more pressure as well.
180. $45.
Well, the first real sign of
31.
frustration that we've seen pour onto the face of Ryan Branley this evening, and it's opened up the door here for Mason Whitlock to get the job done, and he is hammering home with that advantage. His second 180 of the game, leaves himself on 76 to close this game out once and for all.
45. Mezuka 76.
Yeah, now looks favourite, doesn't he?
36. Round your car 145.
Well, Branley isn't going to save the match here. Whitlock looks at tops to
121. Mezuka
wrap it up by
40.
4 legs to 1. Tops it is. Now double 10. Which is found, and Mason Whitlock seals a 4-1 win over Ryan Branley. It halts the Blythe man's progress in terms of qualifying through to Saturday night, but it certainly helps Mason's chords. Coming up after the break, Mike Gillet takes on Steve Hine.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie McGuire, 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls of this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score, leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
McGuire,
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts, but he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the
81.
stage,
Charlie
approaching the
McGuire,
Yoki with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
McGuire,
he's gone to
180.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there, George
McGuire,
Gay wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia McGuire,
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
McGuire,
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia McGuire, 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Gay
Couldn't get the job
gets it.
done.
Got out of the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Skate.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where before the break we saw Mason Whitlock get the better of Ryan Branley by 4 legs to 1. Game number 3 is a meeting of Mike Gillet and Steve Hine. Steve, the only player in this group yet to pick up a win, looking to get so this evening. Up against him, Mike Gillet, who's already found himself in the winner's enclosure this evening with a 4-1 win over Richie Burnett. For Hine, the 56-year-old from Coventry, twice a weekly finalist. If he's going to do so for a third time here, then you just get the sense that he's going to have to run through the card tonight.
Yeah, and that's going to have to start now, isn't it?
First leg, Mike, you're through first.
With this very first game.
Game on.
There we go.
40.
Mike opens up with a score of 40.
One of them, 40. $100.
Win for Mike here would move him on to 8 points and put him in a really good position to make it through to tomorrow night's final here on the South Coast.
121. $45.
Part of what's going to be a big sporting weekend, Scotty.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's one of them weekends where you book a weekend with the remote control in front of the sofa,
43.
put the zapper on, and leave it on the zapper.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's we've got all sorts around us this weekend.
60. Steve McGuire, 133.
I personally am looking forward to the Lions game.
90.
After a nice big win last week against Australia. But Australia do generally start slowly on a Lions series. You could expect them to have been working hard all week to
80. Steve McGuire, 43.
sort out the deficit in this 3-match series.
Hine
35.
making a bit of a mess of that 43. Gillet back for tops to take out the opening leg. And double top, no problem for Gillet. Is he the man in that pack of 4-point players that's just beginning to make his move a little bit?
43. $58. $100.
Nicely done by the Muffin Man there. First 180 of the match.
46. $100. $85. $98.
Hine leaves himself an 80 to square
100.
this game up at 1. Both the opening matches have gone by way of 4-1 scorelines.
40.
Hine looking to equalise this contest up.
100. Steve the car, 40.
Strange decision, that one. 2 16s and an 8 to leave tops. When he was sat on 80.
Getting shot the second leg, Steve Hine.
Well, tops has been hit. We are level at 1 apiece in this game.
First. Game on.
Now, we're just going to have a slight stoppage in play here for a slight technological. In fact, we are good to go once again. We had a slight little glitch
140.
in the system, but I believe we are now good to go once again.
60. $81. $55.
It's
Yeah, apologies about that. Just slightly lost one of our
140.
cameras for a second, but we're all back up and running. Joys of technology, Scott.
joys of live TV. If you ever were wondering whether the broadcast is actually live, little glitches like that do tend to happen. Very rarely, but they do happen. As with anything to do with
100.
technology, electrical power. We do get these now and again, but rare.
99. Mike car, 40.
Wise man once told me, if you're doing live TV, expect everything to go wrong and then you hope that things go right.
Getting shot on the third leg,
And
Mike
that goes
Gillet.
very right for Mike Gillet. 13 data, 2-1 lead.
Yeah, be
Fourth
pleasantly
exit reverse.
surprised when they
Game
do
on.
go right, exactly right, and you have a free evening. I was at my
100.
Speedway commentary job on Wednesday, and we had a Wi-Fi issue with a roaming camera that's on the Wi-Fi in the stadium. But it was coming back, and then it was
85.
going again, then it was coming back again. Which is even more frustrating, but yeah. Like you say, with fixed cameras, it's very rare.
59.
Well, you saw at that Club World Cup recently where their little movable camera went up.
100.
But we're all good to go. Gillet 2-1 up.
92.
And Gillet with a win here would put himself on 8 points in this group.
140.
Yeah, good last start over the top there from Gillet.
100.
Hine coming back at him. This one's starting to get racy.
45. Steve the car,
is that a slip?
150.
Is that a slip? Is that the door open? Only if Hine's able to hit a treble.
94. Mike the
Moves
car,
across to the
131.
unblocked treble 18 and finds some success.
$97. Steve the car, 56.
For 2-2, double top. Now double 10
46.
inside, and so
Mike
Gillet
34.
with a lesser spotted double 17 to make it 3-1. And if we know one thing about Mike, he will go for this.
Oh, if it's on the board, he'll go for it. And
Getting
he'll
shot on
hit
the
it.
fourth leg, Mike Gillet.
Made it hard work, mind.
Fifth leg, Mike, he through first.
Played a bit
Be
of
on.
soft tip in the past as well as Mike. Welsh international. Played against one of my England teams.
24.
That's frustrating when you hit a 34 with one dart and you know, and
140.
score 34 points, and you go up with 3 darts to score 24. Next throw. That's the love of the game. That's why we all love it. Here we go.
140.
I thought it was going to hit a 180 off the back of the 24.
95. $41. $121. $85. Supercar 145.
Hine here, 6 on 145 to bring it back to 3-2. Can't be done now.
105.
That was really close, wasn't it? And touch unlucky for Hine.
$140. Supercar
Good
40.
last start from Mike Gillet. Hine with a big chance to set this up.
20.
And that first start
Car 71.
was the one that let him down. He rushed it a little bit and probably sums up the Group B campaign for Steve Hine, that dart.
And so Gillet to kill it, this particular contest. The ball
Game's
wins
on the
it
match
for
by
Gillet. And that pushes him on to 8 points in the group. He gets the better of Steve Hine by 4 legs to 1. His second 4-1 win of the night after beating Richie Burnett by that score in the opener. Decent performance, average of 86.5, doubling decent as well, 4 out of 7. Coming up after the break, Ryan Branley takes on Richie Burnett. Hello, welcome back to the Modus Super Series. And if you have just joined us on this Friday night, we've seen 3 games. Mike Gillet beat Richie Burnett by 4 legs to 1. Mason Whitlock beat Ryan Branley by 4 legs to 1. And trying to have a guess on the score before the break? Yes, you got it. Mike Gillet 4, Steve Hine 1 as we head into game number 4 of the evening session. It sees Ryan Branley and Richie Burnett duke it out on the live lounge stage. Youth versus experience. Now, this is where things could get very interesting.
First leg, Ryan.
Very,
First.
very interesting.
Game on.
Because if Richie Burnett wins this game, he moves on to 6 points, a couple behind Ryan Branley. If Mason Whitlock was then to win his next, he'd be on 8. Burnett would be on 6, Gillet would be on 8, Branley would be on 8. And all of a sudden, this all gets very, very close. Ryan Branley does not want close. Ryan Branley wants to sail off into the sunset and let everybody else have a riot for the other 2 positions.
Yeah, and if I was in his position, I would feel exactly the same. Just knocked in the game's first 180. That's in fact his 30th of the week. So young 17-year-old Ryan Branley.
43.
I think 3180s is pretty impressive. I really do.
Well, Branley's off to a quick start, leaving himself on 88 after just 3 visits to the board.
Round your car, 88.
And he's got plenty of time to get said opening leg. And for Richie Burnett, this has been the worst possible start to his night. Branley taking his time. Doesn't want to
48.
mess about, which was why he kind of speculatively took his time.
$60. Round your car, 40.
I don't think Richie Burnett expected to return for that last throw. I think
Getting shown
he
the first
expected
leg,
that
Ryan
to
Branley.
happen from Ryan Branley. Branley goes
Second leg,
into a
Richie
1-0 lead,
first.
but
Game
now
on.
has the darts in the second leg. So with Richie's experience, he won't be too worried that he's lost that first leg.
100.
He knows if he's going to win this game and try and keep in touch with Gillet and Whitlock, you have to feel that he has to do a bit of a giant killing act here on the
84.
On the table leader at the minute.
$60.
One thing you will get from Richie Burnett is a never say die attitude, a never give up attitude. The only problem is it's all right having all those things, but when you play a player like Brian Branley, then it's rather more difficult to try and execute.
46.
Yeah, very much is, and I think that Ryan doesn't take a lot of what's going on around him in. I think the only thing he takes in is what he's doing.
41.
Struggling to deal with the imperfections of his
42.
game here. Yeah, nicely recovered for Branley.
$140.
And then from nowhere comes the 140 from Burnett, who wanted it to be a 180.
Branley look at 111. It's not going to be. Burnett needs a
95. Richard Carr,
divine act of
113.
inspiration here to level this contest up.
He'd have done it many, many times over the years. Can he do it right now when he needs it the
93.
most?
Richard Carr, 60.
No, he can't. Way under the double top, which was his target.
It's double 4.
Getting shot on the second leg.
2-0
Branley.
Branley. He is moving ever closer.
Third leg round is through first.
If he wins this game,
Game
he's
on.
guaranteed qualification because the maximum amount of points that Richie Burnett could amass would be 8. And it would mean I would not have to get a tattoo.
57.
You don't think I'd have kept it to you, do you?
You would have personally dragged me into that parlour.
Yeah, I'd have probably drawn the dog as
60.
the outline for him to do. Then you want to worry it'd look like a blob because I can't draw. It's another thing I can't do.
It'd be on a highlighter like a permanent ink pen.
Yeah.
41. $93.
That's the side of the treble that Branley likes to go left to right.
140.
He does stand right to the very left of the yockey. Here comes Richie.
180.
Leaves him on 168, but there's not a lot he could have done about that in the circumstances. Well, I suppose he could have done. He could have not left
59.
it so that a 180 would have left him on a bogey the throw before, but he scored 93, which was a last-ditch treble 18 on the throw before.
Well, it's all kind of circumspect now because
100.
Branley hasn't really had the scoring leg on throw that we've kind of seen from him for large swathes of the night. So Burnett back for 68-2, reduced the gap back down to 2-1.
Yeah, very valid point. You know, he's not suffered from the mistake.
140. Richard Carr,
So there's no need
68.
to make it a mistake in your mind in that situation. But Branley has now come back to pressure the 68. 8 or 16. Goes 16 for 32.
Getting
And
shot on
there
the
goes
third
the
leg, Richie
32
Burnett.
for Burnett. It's his first leg on the board.
Fourth leg, Richie to through first.
It's a break of the Branley throw as well. We are in warm-up mode now. Calms himself down.
Thought he was going to take off and take flight there.
Like a backward helicopter, wasn't he?
100.
Things that can fly. Pigeons, hawks and Richie Burnett.
60. $85.
As you can see, Branley lines up just a little more to the right-hand side on our camera shot.
61.
As you look at the board, it'll be left-hand side and kind of throws across himself to the treble. As Richie lines up more central.
30.
That score's a little bit stale here for a couple of throws. Needs some trebles to ignite the fire.
58. 100.
Well, Richie gives it a closer inspection, but as close inspection as you want to give it, it's not going to change the overall outcome of things.
140.
That 140 from Branley just keeps itself in touch, but Burnett still with 6 on 186 to level this match up at 2 apiece. That 140 leads himself on 46 to level this game. It'd actually be the tightest game that we've seen so far this evening. The first match that would have over 5.5 legs tonight.
46. Richard Carr, 46. Getting shown the fourth leg, Richie Burnett. Fifth leg round through first. Game on.
It's not been the night that Richie Burnett would have wanted so far this evening.
140.
No, it hasn't. It's been a tough week for him.
54.
You have to say Devon Peterson's had a very similar week to Richie as well, and he won't be joining us on Saturday night. It's a little bit unthinkable at the start of the week, really.
60.
Well, you thought that because he dragged his way to Group B on Wednesday because of a decent end to his opening group, he kind of thought maybe things would go right, the 3 from 5, and maybe the opportunity that would be opened up because of the clientele he was in with before maybe would give him a fighter's chance. But tonight, the crucial night, the big night, the Friday night, means he's not going to be until the Saturday night.
62.
121 for Branley to move 3-2 to the good and to move himself to within a leg of Saturday night's final. A win here is good enough
89.
because of the fact that he'd be on 10. Burnett can only get to a maximum of 8.
$57. Randall Carr, 32. $16. $96. Randall Carr, 16.
Branley for 3-2. He's got 6 darts from double 8.
Getting shown the fifth
Double 8
leg,
foul.
Branley.
Branley 3-2 up.
Six leg Richie to third first.
I think he's one of the calculating sort. He didn't know he probably only needed a win to reassure him of being through, and if that turns out to be now for Branley,
$122. $140. $140. 121. $83.
Burnett leaves a finish first. 156 after 9. 122, 141 and 83 for him.
56.
Nice 140 from Branley to leave a straight ton. But Burnett, this is on. It's not now. 76, Richie, 76.
84. Brand new car, 100.
I think he might have miscounted there, but he knows where he is now.
Well, you say that. He looks as if he's completely lost on that stage. And he could lose on this stage if Ryan Branley can find a second double
80.
top.
Rich new car, 72. $52.
So darts to save the game, Mr. Richie Burnett, and he
20.
emotionally gets himself embroiled, but this could well be the end of the contest if Ryan Branley takes this double 10. You don't expect him to miss, and he's not going to miss. He seals a 4-2 win against a glum-looking Richie Burnett. He spoke so positively at the beginning of the evening about what could be lying ahead for him, but after a couple of early defeats, he is now looking precariously in front of him as he tries to go through the gears, but he's like a Ford Ka with a couple of Lamborghinis racing in front of him. Coming up next, Steve Hine and Mason Whitlock. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius?
Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
One more time, your new Modus Super Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McGuire.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Luke Whitlock.
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where before the break, Ryan Branley got the better of Richie Burnett by 4-2. We're now reaching the midway point of the night session, and we reach Game 5 of a meeting between Steve Hine and Mason Whitlock. Steve still looking to get that elusive first victory on the board. Up against Mason, who, if he wins this one, will move on to 8 points and will find himself in a rather pretty position to qualify through to tomorrow evening's finale in Pompeii.
$54. $100.
But things so far are not fine for Hine. And he is running out of time.
100.
In fact, if he loses this game, he's out. Even if he wins this game, it's very improbable he makes it through. Matter of fact, I'm just trying to work out, he'd need every result to go his way for the rest of the night. He'd need
55.
Gillet and Branley to relevant for him.
121.
We need to beat Burnett. Would need Gillet to beat Mason. Would then need to beat Ryan Branley.
59.
And would then need Richie Burnett to beat Mason Whitlock by a scoreline that would work in his favour. I now hurt as a consequence of working out that
83.
mathematics.
Supercar 62.
Yeah, but you did well, mate. I'm proud of you. Saved me having to try to do it.
Getting shown the first leg, Steve Hine.
Well, Hine takes a 1-0 lead. Double
Second leg,
16
Mason
goes.
is first.
15
Game
data
on.
for the opening leg. Just not quite happened for Steve this evening or this week. We've come to expect some decent stuff from the
58.
Muffin Man in his previous efforts here in Portsmouth, but just one of those weeks where it's just not quite clicked for him, really.
57.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm like I said yesterday, he's more of a veteran campaigner now. I think he opens up, and he would
60.
have agreed to that himself, but he's been here before and
100.
performed pretty well, so I think he'll probably be a little disappointed. Obviously, we come here with high hopes every time you come here.
60.
Don't get me wrong, he has made a couple of mistakes, but
In
the main, it's to do with others sort of beating up on him, really, when he hasn't quite been at the races.
$83.
So 1-2-1 to open up a 2-0 lead. And this is much more like it, far more handier from the Muffin Man. But Whitlock with that 1-7-1 leads himself on 58. Just asked the question, forcing it to go, and he rushed that second dart. You could tell when it left his hand. He misses the big number, and all of a sudden Whitlock is back to square this game up at 1 apiece.
Mason the car 58.
It's double top. Now double 10. And we are level 1-1.
Yeah, all sort of come off the back of that 1-7-1, didn't it?
Game on. 44.
Well, Steve Hine here, if he concedes 3 legs in this match, it would confirm what I suppose really is the seemingly inevitable, and that's his elimination
60.
from the competition.
81.
Still disappointed with the lack of muffins, though. Still not got any. Still not got any. We had a lovely pepperoni
98.
pizza. You had a nice carbonara. We would have loved a nice little bit of dessert just to wash it all down. Nope.
180.
No. Just wasn't to be, Henry. It just wasn't to be. Sometimes you can't always get your own way.
$90.
Beautiful bit of alfrescoage.
60. $46. Steve Carr, 136. 96. $43. Steve Carr, 40. Getting shot the third leg, Steve
Hine
Hine.
pins tops and he moves 2-1 up in the contest. Halfway now towards
Fourth
his
leg Mason
first
to third
win
first. Game on.
of this Group B campaign.
$60. $100. $100. $125. $134.
Yeah, been prolific on those treble 19s in this one, hasn't he, Whitlock?
100. $50. $136. Major car 157.
So 157 for Whitlock to level up at 2-2. If not, Hine will look at top to 3-1 in the break and
100. Stevie car 40.
Mason in a fair bit of trouble.
Getting shot on the fourth leg, Steve Hine.
You're not wrong, mate. And Hine takes that one straight out, the Muffin Man.
Steve through first. Game on.
Well, 3 out of 3 on his doubles. Average in excess of a ton. That leg a 13 darter. Well, that's the
100.
leg by leg play. 15, 18, 16, 13. Out of 3 on his doubles. He's kind of outpowered, outmaneuvered Mason, but that max may just give himself a little bit of help.
140. $47. $85.
Feel the mood that Steve Hine's in. He needed to back it up with a little bit more than that. Did Whitlock.
$54. $41. $100. Stevie car 135.
Hine comes in 135 for the match. Hits the ball first. 85, double top.
Game show
And
on
what
the
a
match,
finish
Steve
for the
Hine.
game that is, for his opening win in Group B. Is it too late? Still going to have some work to do and results to go his way, but yeah, Steve Hine looks at the camera and says, where did that come from? We don't know, Steve, if you don't know. 100.26 on the average. 4-1 win over Mason Whitlock. We head into a short break, and when we return, we will have Mike Gillet taking on Ryan Branley.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the
81.
stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
hockey with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
require
he's gone to
118.
bust it, maybe. The first title he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there, George
require
Scaife wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Get
Couldn't get the job
it.
done.
Got in the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
Guess who's back? Back again.
Phil Taylor here.
Hiya mate, it's your best friend and daughter here.
My best friend within darts. Peter Wright.
No.
Kevin Painter.
No.
Michael Van Galen.
No mate, guess again.
Luke Humphreys.
No mate.
What do you think of this Luke lately?
I've heard of him. Good little player.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll go again.
Is that alright, yeah?
Yep. Richie Burnett.
No mate, it's Adrian Lewis.
Oh, I thought you were Keith Daly. You owe me 370 quid, you do. I had you there, didn't I?
Yeah. I was just wondering if you fancy catching up, chatting about old times.
I mean, there's some great stories in them days because Aidy's always cheating. That's why I call him Porky.
Right, okay, oh God. I'll be playing at the Modus Super Series.
We got nothing to lose.
Shall we say Saturday, 30th of August, around 4?
Hey, right, I'll see you in 2 weeks or next month or wherever. See you later, talk. Okie doke.
I'll see you there.
Phil Taylor and Adrian Lewis are going to be in audience. That is on Saturday the 30th of August. You can get your tickets on dartshop.tv. It is £35 per person. It's an audience with two men with 18 world titles, and then there's some live darts thrown in at the end of the evening. In terms of this evening, we've seen 5 matches, and before the break we saw the best performance of the night from Steve Hine, 100.26 average, 4 from 4 overs. In fact, the player at the bottom of the group having won his first game, actually put in the best performance of anybody in this group. Ryan Branley is through. Mike Gillet is almost there. Mason Whitlock is on 6 points. And we go again as we head into match number 6. Mike Gillet takes on Ryan Branley. Gillet can secure his place with a win. Branley already safe in the knowledge that he is the 4th player into tomorrow night's final here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth, joining Boris Kirchmar, who made it through on Wednesday afternoon, joining Oliver King and Richard McKee, who secured their passages in the opening session of the day.
First leg, Mike, you through first. Game on.
So we are underway in the 6th game of the evening, a meeting between Mike Gillet and Ryan Branley. For Mike, he's had a very strong start to the evening. A couple of 4-1 wins over Richie Burnett, and
95.
Steve Hine has got his evening's action up and running. Actually, Ryan Branley lost his first game to Mason Whitlock by 4 legs to 1 before then getting the better of Richie Burnett by 4 legs to 2. Decent enough performance, 92.5 the average, 4 from 13 in terms of his doubling.
26.
I was going to say, let's hope that's the beginning of the standard just beginning to be raised tonight, but right on cue, might get it whacks in at 26.
140.
Ryan Branley is averaging 140.
Is that higher than 26 then?
Just a bit.
Well, in golf, if you've got a lower score, that's better.
140.
Golf season's pretty much over now, isn't it? Ryder Cup in September.
57.
I think all the golf majors are over. I think the last one was the Open last week.
Yep.
The 4 majors, and I don't know whether TPC store grass is
100.
on.
Run your
before
car,
the end of the year.
164.
Not sure when that is, but that's always classed as the 5th major, even though it's not an official major.
I think it's the first one, and I think that they play in like March, don't
46.
they? The
Possibly.
Mike, your
I've
car,
got no idea.
140.
Maybe we need Paul Nicholson on the scene. He would have given us a full update on everything.
Sporting Encyclopedia is Nico.
80.
Gillet
Run your car,
tops with 80 left.
118.
My apologies. Branley 118.
He did indeed, but you would have gone half-hearted at it, wouldn't you? Takes his usual step back, blows on the fingers, boom, has a look.
78.
Almost.
Mike, your car, 60.
So Gillet now on 60, having already thrown one off the board. Now he's thrown one in the 1. 1 at tops.
40. Run your
Doesn't
car,
go.
40.
So you have to say he wasted a couple of darts in this leg, as Mike Gillet.
No score. McGuire 20.
Well, he's got away with it here. That's the Welshman.
$15. McGuire 40.
I have to say, he didn't look like getting it either, did he? Branley will be no messing this time, surely.
Getting shown the first
Yeah,
leg.
gets
Ryan
it with the
Branley.
last.
Second leg round through first. Game on.
1-0 Branley, break a throw.
$58. $42. $180.
Do you think Gillet had it on his mind, that first leg, that he could do with winning this one? It was not the usual Mike that we
41.
see, was it?
Yeah, just beginning to dwell on things a little bit. But we did see a little bit of a drop in performance in the second half of last night's session. I just
58.
begin to get the sense that maybe seeing it here. And Branley, look, to his credit, he's taken absolute full advantage of it, as he has to, as he should do.
85.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to hang around and wait for somebody, but I'm just wondering if it's still playing on Mike's mind. That kind of first leg got away. There was a few missed darts and
45.
you know, opportunities, and he could have had more opportunities. And then when you lose that leg, it does play in your mind for a couple of throws.
45. Round your car 160.
$160 for Branley, and that is perfectly situated for another. Cannot be found.
100.
But does leave himself in a decent position to open up a 2-0 lead in this game.
140. Round your car 60.
For 2-0. Branley now looks at double 10.
40.
Does not get double 10,
Mike
so
McGuire,
get it back looking at
148.
148.
This would be some retribution, wouldn't it? Not going to be this time. A raise of the eyebrows from Mike.
60. Round your car 20.
As if to say, just as I thought, that wasn't going in. Branley then for double 10.
$15. Mike McGuire 88.
Really offering opportunities here. Ryan Branley, we haven't seen him doing this week. He doesn't want that to be creeping in now. 85 for Gillet.
48.
So
Branley
now
McGuire
sat on
5.
tops. What can Branley do about this 5? Got to make sure of the 1. Does that, nice and big at the top. Goes for the widest section of the 1. Steps back, shakes his head. We haven't seen this negativity from him before.
Mike McGuire 40.
Well, he is past the parcel, back to Gillet here. Looks like Christmas is beginning early. So many presents being handed out.
Only beginning early if he hits it.
Game shot
Oh,
the
he
second
gets
leg,
it last
Gillet.
dart. That hurts. There'll be a sorry. There was a hand
Third leg
up as he
bite
went
through
to the
first.
board. But he's now back on throw at
Game on.
1-1.
Well, last Christmas I gave you 3 darts, but the very next visit you gave it away.
100.
Yeah, but hopefully that'll give some momentum to the game.
I take it the karaoke's
81.
banned at this year's Christmas do, after last year's exploits.
Well, they weren't my exploits that were getting banned. It'd be because of yours.
140.
Got no idea what you're on about. One and only track I did.
96.
I know, exactly.
Not as bad as the Lakeside repertoire, which Mr. Nicholson never lets me forget.
140.
I tell you what, John Rawling did a splendid rendition of Strangers in the Night.
Did he?
Oh, he's got the voice of an angel, as JR.
I'll ask him about that next time I see him.
121.
Gillet looking at 121, now looking for treble 17, which would have afforded him a
57.
dart at the bull.
$59. Mike McGuire, 64.
The crooner. Well, I'll have to remember that.
He is absolutely impeccable company after a beverage or two. As Gillet looks
44.
at tops, doesn't
Branley
get
car,
tops.
125.
Branley looking at 125 for the break and a 2-1 lead. Bull. 25. And wide.
86.
Yeah, he
Mike
had to
McGuire,
aim for that
20.
side of the ball, didn't he? Now he gives his darts a good talking to.
Game shot on
And
the
the
third leg,
left-hander
Mike
on
Gillet.
double 10. Strikes again.
Fourth leg round to through first. Game on. $180.
And back at him comes Ryan Branley.
$66.
The disappointment lasted a very short time.
Now, what's Ryan Branley about to do here? I tell you what, that snarl on his face told you
100.
that he absolutely fancied it.
He looks quite angry and frustrated at the minute.
55.
The way this first 3 legs have gone.
$140.
81 left after 9 for Branley to level this game up at 2-2.
140. Round the car, 81.
Double 12 for a potential 11 darter.
Game shot on the fourth leg, Ryan Branley.
He has got gears, does this kid.
Fifth leg, Mike to
Just
through
switching it
first.
on
Game
after
on.
a couple of legs which are below par, and all of a sudden plucks out an 11.
I think the mentality with Ryan is that when he does have these moments that don't quite go right for him, he just takes
58.
responsibility for it. I think he tells himself that I've got myself into this. I have the ability to get myself out of this.
131. $58. $134.
You have to say this is a bit of an assault on the Gillet throw from Branley.
58.
His opening throws are 131, 134. Another 140, and Gillet is yet to respond with any sort of treble in this leg. Here we go.
85. Run your car 96.
So this for potentially back-to-back 11 dart legs. He has just suddenly found a real purple
56.
patch, hasn't he? Leads himself tops after 12, and he is just outmaneuvering Mike Gillet.
60. Run your car 40. Getting shown the 5th leg, Ryan Branley.
Well, 11 darter backed up by a 13 darter. Ryan Branley is making
6
his
leg Ranger
move.
through first. Game on. $46.
Boss still got a favourite for you tomorrow, Scott?
Yes.
83.
Yeah, I think he does. I know we're not 100% sure who's going to go through from this group yet, but I think with what we've got there at the moment, I would say, and I don't mean that to be rude to anybody else that has qualified, but the numbers he was doing is the impressive bit for me. And if he continued to do
100.
those numbers, then yes. We can only look at the stats and figures for how they've qualified, and that's usually a good guide into who's doing what on the week. But sometimes there's a big hole opens up there on that stage on a Saturday night for some people.
100.
And it swallows them up.
45.
Well, this for the match, looking at 145. Can't be done now.
100.
Turn leads himself on 40. Every single time after 4 visits to the board, either the leg's been completed or he's very close to completing the leg. And he's very close to completing this match now.
94. Run your car 45.
He had that rocky start, but since that 11 darter, he has fired on all cylinders. And this to complete a 4-2 win, which just exercises his dominance in this group.
Getting shot in the match.
And that really is dominant. 14 darter to round it off. That coming off the back of the 13 and then the 11 for 2-1 behind. He really rallied there, did Ryan Branley. And Mike Gillet, well, he can only stand there and appreciate what his opponent threw at him. It's a ropey start, but from 2-1 behind, Branley hit his straps. Coming up after the break, Hine and Burnett.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2 darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
The moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
hockey with
20.
a chance to win the title.
did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone. I think he's gone to bust it, maybe. The first title he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust. And
39.
on that situation there, George Gate wasn't even able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
Charlie
Threw the entire
requires
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go
Couldn't get the job
Got
done.
out the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Skate.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate!
Please welcome the interceptor, Jensen Walker!
Jensen Walker.
Not for the first time. Keeps hitting doubles like that, he'll get nothing but applause.
And Jensen Walker has
Jensen
raced
Walker.
into the semi-final.
How does he hit that? That's how he hits it! And Jensen Walker is a Super Series success story!
And that's the whole reason you play that, is because you want the challenge.
Yes, double 14 to win it in style.
And he is.
Oh, double 5. Oh,
Excellent.
yeah.
Game, chance, and the match, McGuire!
Stat card next week here at the Super Series. The defending champion, Jensen Walker, is back to defend his title. He's going to have stiff opposition with Steve Beaton, Lee Evans, Jurjen van der Velde in Group A. Group B, Jim McEwen, Chris Quantock and Jamie Atkins. Group C, Anna Smith, Neil David Pallett, Richie Edwards. The action gets underway from 9:30 on Monday. We're also going to see Johnny Barnes in there, which means, do you know what the key to his success next week's going to be? He's got to hold and gear, but do it at the right time. Let's move on.
It's not that Johnny Barnes, is it?
You can be slow or fast, but you may get to the line. And these are two real speedsters going head to head as Steve Hine takes on Richie Burnett. How many times do you reckon he gets quoted that song? It must be a lot. The John Barnes I'm on about here.
Yeah, I suppose it's very similar to my wife. Being Sharon Mitchell, she always gets asked where Phil and Grant are. Nothing to do with her world champion husband. How's Grant and Phil?
On.
At least they don't ask where Peggy is. Get out of my pub!
Bless her.
60. $100. $121.
Steve Hine had a good outing last time out. About 20 minutes to go with a 102.6 average. Best of the group and
59.
halted Mason Whitlock's surge for a place in Saturday night's final temporarily.
140.
Well, in the latest episode in What on Earth is Richie Burnett Doing, he is having an inspection of the smoke canister.
85. $95. 83. Supercar 85.
So 85 for Hine, double top for a potential 14 darter to kick this game off.
65.
Just underneath, not to be this time.
$131. Supercar 20. $15. Richie Car 43.
Oh, we've got the Steve Hine back that can't buy a double. Double 16 for Richie.
11. Supercar 5.
And all of us.
Got to sort the one out first, hasn't he?
No score. Richie Car 32.
I think Steve's doing. I don't think he's quite throwing it as hard this time round. When he was playing Mason, he was throwing the dart much harder. More theatrics from Richie Burnett, but he does sort the problem out and hit the double 8. Big grimace, hold his hand up. Sorry about that, mate.
Game on.
Dries his hand off on the speaker.
$41.
Well, he knew he stole that last leg. Steve Hine had 7 darts to go 1-0 to the good.
58. $140. 100. $100. $140.
It's a bit better. Threw a bit quicker and a bit harder. One takes a 140.
Really is going through the middle of emotion
28.
here, Richie Burnett.
$26.
That are both players.
Not really doing each other any favours because they're not giving each other anything to bounce off of.
$100.
They look just like two beaten up players, really. Two players that have kind of been through it and have kind of been kicked or punched one time too many.
92.
Burnett looking at his 92 for a 2-0 lead, double 16. Now double 8. Gets double 8.
Game on the second leg, Richie Burnett.
Gets himself 2-0 up and just trying to G himself up a little bit.
So like Steve to throw first, game on.
Well, maybe more than a little bit. And this time he respectfully blows his nose out of shot.
98.
Well, with Mason Whitlock having lost to Steve Hine in Game 5, and Mike Gillet losing to Branley in Game 6, it kind of has opened the door for Richie to kind of get
100.
back in the mix. With just a few games to go.
28.
But you fear he has to start winning to 0 to try and give him
140.
chances on the leg difference front. So that might be why he's trying to fire himself up.
100.
Try and win to 0 here. And you have to say, if that's what he's got in his mind, he is halfway there.
81. $96. $26.
And be thinking to himself, not now, Richard, not now.
59. Richie O'Carr, 154.
And now he'll be thinking, now, Richard, now. He'd want this 154.
$43. Steve O'Carr, 120.
So 120 for Steve Hine, not going to be done. So Burnett not really made
80.
too much of a
Richie
hole in the
O'Carr,
154,
111.
still in three-figure range, and he had to take out the 111. Otherwise, Hine is back to get his first leg on the board. He's going to get a dart for the double break. Just about in the 11.
71.
Just over the top.
Steve O'Carr, 40.
Good effort, though.
Getting shot on the third leg,
Steve Hine does finally hit a double.
Fourth leg, Richie to throw first. Game on.
Turns around and has a little smile at Richie Burnett, but he's having none of it. He's in concentration mode.
26. $55.
Well, this game is being played now at a complete standstill pace.
You were going to say snail's pace, weren't you?
Yeah, then I realise you're not on stage.
Thank you very much.
140.
My nickname should be Brian, shouldn't it? Brian the Snail.
125.
You're a bit too young for that. It used to be in the Magic Roundabout.
Yeah, a bit before my time.
Yeah. If Richie with Steve were in here with me in this commentary box, they would remember Brian the Snail from the Magic Roundabout.
The most
40.
famous snail I know is Gary off of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Now you've lost me.
Surely you've seen an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants.
60.
No.
You've never, never.
No.
How have you never watched an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants?
Just haven't.
42.
I've never seen a Star Wars movie either.
Oh wow, even I've seen one of them. And I am not a big movie man. Genuinely cannot remember the last time I watched a film. Actually, I'll tell you the last film I watched. I was in a
98.
hotel room. And it was something to do with Phileas Fogg. I think it was Around the World in 80 Days. It was on a commercial TV network.
$60.
Phileas Fogg, or wherever you just said. I thought they were
59.
crisps.
Starred Steve Coogan and Arnie. Yeah, make of it what you're... Oh, and... what's his name? I can't remember. Moving on.
64.
I'm sure someone will
Stevie
get in
Carr,
touch.
104.
High 104 to level this game up at 2 apiece. 84 left. We'll try and find a way above. Unable to do so.
56. Richie Carr, 129.
So, treble 20 from here, and a dart at the ball. Looks across to see what Hine's on, shakes his head. He knows he's got to go for it.
96.
Not to be.
Stevie Carr, 48. Game shown the fourth leg, Steve Hine.
Steve Hine levels it up. He seems to be enjoying himself up there.
Fifth leg, Steve to throw first. Game on.
Right, old smiler. It's Steve Hine, the Muffin Man. Makes it 2-2.
140.
Richie gives his shoulders a shake. Heads back to the board.
140.
Miles in a 140 of his own to go back against Hine. Hine is now back in the groove.
140.
Another 140 for him. You feel Burnett's got to go with him.
Actually had a text off of one of our
95.
Group B combatants next week. Jamie Atkins, who remembers
100.
the Magic Roundabout.
You must have looked it up on YouTube. He's
Stevie
not
Carr,
old enough.
121.
Unless they've done a remake that I didn't know about.
Hine looking at 1-2-1. Not going to get it, but
86.
going to put himself in a good position to put himself 3-2 to the good.
$140. Stevie Carr, 35. $19. Richie Carr, 66.
So Burnett get in front 3-2. He's looking at double top.
26.
Cannot get double top.
Stevie
So
Carr,
Hine
16.
returning for 2-8 to put himself 2 within a leg.
8. Richie Carr,
3
40.
more darts missed. 2 from
Trying to
17.
get my head round what's going on here.
Game shown the fifth leg, Richie
Burnett
Burnett.
gets the break and these 3-2.
Sixth leg, Richie to throw first. Game on. $45. $60. $81.
Almost a full spin for Richie on the hockey there.
180.
Well, he's twirling around the stage, making the most of his time left, Steve Hine.
60.
Went for a bit of a
58.
spin, didn't he, after that previous visit?
Yeah, Richie had a spin in the visit before, hadn't he? Just before he threw.
Well, from spinning to spewing, because that's exactly what Richie Burnett was following that first dart.
134.
Yeah, tidy visit that.
$145.
I've seen a few players do that now and just trying to get their score down under 60 when they've got that sort of 81, 83 left and their opponent isn't on a finish. They head for the bullseye.
91.
So they've got a simple 2-darter like a 58 or a 59. Something I've noticed that's creeping into the game.
Well, we go all the way.
Second final leg, Steve to throw first. Game on.
Last leg decider between these two.
Well, this game's had everything. It's had a hop, a skip, a jump, a spin.
$58. $99. $140. $100. $43. $58.
Nobody's really managed to hit their tune here in this last deciding leg. The only thing they've been consistent of is inconsistency.
Well, Richie Burnett did the running commentary for us.
Yep. 128. $60. Supercar 56.
For the match,
16.
double top does not
Car
go.
140.
Burnett comes back for the 140. He couldn't, could he? He couldn't, could he? He wouldn't, would he? Surely. He's having a good think about it.
120.
Thought about it a little too much.
Supercar 40.
Steve Hine is trying to keep it all together. Richie Burnett is all over the place. Because this could be his qualification done, because Steve Hine has won that game for free. Richie Burnett goes straight off the stage. Steve Hine gets himself a Super Series win. He's not going to end his campaign without anything to show for it. 4 points to his name. Next up, Whitlock Gillet. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius?
Yes.
Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Burnett. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Burnett. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McGuire.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Lidlow!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. Before the break, Steve Hine got the better of Richie Burnett by 4 legs to 3. Game number 8 is a meeting of Mason Whitlock and Mike Gillet. Now, Mason, with a win here, would secure his qualification through to Saturday night. Mike Gillet, because of that result before the break for Steve Hine against Richie Burnett, means that he is safely through. He doesn't have to worry now. He's got the security of qualifying for Saturday's final. He's going to be back tomorrow in front of a local crowd, looking to pick up his second weekly title around about
2
years ago. When he won his solitary success, beating Cam Crabtree in the final. Actually, see, Cam and Martin Lukeman picked up the
58
UKDA Pairs title this evening over in Bolton. We're at the Reebok where the UK Open
60.
used to be played back in the day.
Yeah, I've played that. I think we played a Pro Tour there once as well.
That was COVID days, wasn't it? Because obviously it was all
46.
bubbled up because of you had the hotel, didn't you, on the same site as the arena.
Yeah, and I was in 5 miles away. We bubbled in 5 miles away as well. They couldn't get them all in. So I was in the secondary hotel.
Yeah, I'll never forget some of the just so weird days. I remember the we were involved in an FA Cup tie, and the FA said, right, everyone's got to bubble up. You've got to have your own team hotel. No one else can stay in it. We rock up, and Marcelo Bielsa's walking out the front door. Because Leeds has stayed there to play Everton the night before. In Liverpool.
95.
Yeah, I was allowed to go out and order food or whatever. But that was all I was allowed to do. And while I was out ordering food, I bumped into, Raymond van Barneveld. He was doing the same.
95.
Oh, joyous days.
So we were all bubbled up, but we could walk out in the street and meet one another.
Which kind of defeats the objective of a bubble.
Yeah, kind of does.
134.
Let's hope we never have to go through that again as Whitlock leaves 83.
Yeah, I hope so.
Getting well philosophical in this late hour. Anyway,
83.
Whitlock looking at 83 to take out the opening leg. He's going to go tops. There was never any other outcome, was there?
63.
He couldn't find a second double. So double 14 to put Gillet on the board.
60.
My apologies.
Mason car 20.
Whitlock finds double 10 and he gets the first leg on the board.
Second leg, Mike to through first. Game on. $58. 60. 60. 140. 98.
This corresponding fixture yesterday went 4-3 in the favour of Mike Gillet.
140. 100. Measure the car 161. 40. 73. Measure the car 121.
So 121 for Whitlock to double his lead to 2-0. Down for treble 17. Gets it. Bullseye.
85.
Hits the 14 and leaves 36. So a nice miss.
44. Measure the car 36. Gain shot in the second leg, Mason Whitlock.
Mason goes 2-0.
Third leg, Mason to through first. Game on. $32.
Whitlock does have one more game after this against Richie Burnett.
140.
But if he wins here,
43.
He'll be home and dry.
Yeah, job done with a game to spare. It would mean that the match
40.
between Burnett and Whitlock would mean nout.
100. 60. 44. $140.
Now Gillet's turn to have a poke at the Harrison finish.
69. McGuire 121.
To do the Harrison.
96.
25 is all he could muster up.
Yeah, I didn't need to go for it with Whitlock back on 2-1-3, but
45. McGuire 25.
it's one of those you've got to go for it, haven't you?
Game shot on the third leg, Mike Gillet.
It was one of them, because he was so far in front of the leg, he could afford to have a poke,
Fourth
and then
leg,
he
Mike,
makes it
through
right in
first.
this next
Game
turn.
on.
Back we go to 2-1.
$44. $80. $47.
Whitlock looking to get
60.
this game back going his way. He's opened up quite nicely with the first two legs, but kind of disappeared a little in leg 3. Although sometimes you have to have credit where credit is due.
$125.
That's a bit better.
$47.
Mike just can't seem to find a big treble at the minute.
$26.
Whitlock has opened the door for a comeback.
57.
Once again, close but no cigar for Gillet. Can't seem to find a treble of significance.
45.
Mason's starting to show signs of he knows he's battling for his Saturday night life.
He's trying to extract as
81.
much from the pump as he possibly can, but he is finding it incredibly difficult.
45.
I think he knows what's at stake, and I think that's what's
145.
kind of making it a little bit more difficult for him.
90. McGuire 120. $60. McGuire 55.
To square this game up at 2-2, Gillet wants tops.
45. McGuire 60. $50. McGuire 10.
Yeah, it's getting tense up there, isn't it?
Game shot on the fourth leg, Mike Gillet.
And that applies a little bit to
Fifth leg, Mason to throw first. Game on.
Mason.
$59.
So it was.
81.
So irrespective of what happens here, Whitlock is in a decent position to got to find his way through. Loses this
140.
by a 4-2 scoreline. He would only need to pick up legs in his game against Richie Burnett.
45.
Wins it, obviously. Doesn't need to bother about that last game against the Prince of Wales.
Yeah, you don't want to be thinking about the last game. You think about here and now.
83.
Did everything right there on that visit to the last dart. Double treble visit needed here from Gillet to make any inroads.
115.
He's made some inroads. He's got to hope for a non-treble visit here from Whitlock, which
31.
he's got. So another opportunity now, but he's still going to need a treble. And that's just to get it back level.
100.
Which he duly does.
$125.
Oh, that's a good last dart from Whitlock.
McGuire 160.
Under the pressure he's under. Good last dart.
45. McGuire 63.
Quite the opposite for Mike Gillet there. He would have wanted more than the 5, but
Game show on the 5th.
nicely
leg,
done.
Whitlock.
63 check and 2 darts from Whitlock.
6 leg Mike to through first. Game on.
We said that Gillet is likely to be
78.
through, and well, it's through. But you don't want to limp out of the group, do you? You don't want to. You want to limp. You want to go out of the group with some pace, with some momentum.
55.
You don't want to limp out of the group and limp over the line.
I remember we said yesterday about the second half of the night not really
140.
working out for Mike Gillet. We're kind of seeing something similar bear fruit here.
60.
Where the first half of the night is absolutely fine, a couple of 4-1 wins, but second half of the evening it didn't quite go to plan for him.
45. $125. $140. $58. Michael Carr 98. Game show on the 6th leg, Mike Gillet.
Going all the way because Gillet picks off the 98.
Yeah, he likes the double 19.
So the
He
final
always
leg
goes
racing
for it. And I've spoken
first.
to him about it
Game on.
before in the past. And he says he doesn't mind any of those doubles down the bottom. Double 19, double 17.
$85. $140. $180.
More like it for Mason. He knows he wins this leg. He knows he's through. 3 legs means he's in a good position.
140.
But he doesn't want good positioning. He just wants to get this job done. He doesn't want any kind of conversations about scenarios in the
140.
next game, his last game. And he's going about his business well. Potential 11 darter here to wrap the match up.
125. Mesuka 96.
96 apiece after 9 darts each. Whitlock first poke. Double, double. Double, double to
Game
send
shown the
himself
match, Mason
through to
Whitlock.
Saturday night. And you can see the relief on the face of Mason Whitlock because finally he has got a Saturday night to look forward to here at the Super Series. Many a time he has tried, 5 times he has tried, And now he knows he's into the end game. He beats Mike Gillet by 4 legs to 3. Next up, Ryan Branley takes on Steve Hine.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie McGuire, 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
McGuire,
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
McGuire,
hockey with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
McGuire,
he's gone to
118.
bust it, maybe. The first title he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there,
McGuire,
George Scaife wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia McGuire,
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
McGuire,
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia McGuire, 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go!
Couldn't get the job
Got
done.
in the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. For the break, Mason Whitlock got the better of Mike Gillet by 4 legs to 3. 2 more games to go. We kick off with a game between Ryan Branley and Steve Hine. Steve playing his final game before he departs for home. As for Ryan Branley, his final game before he steps forward for Saturday night's finale.
First leg, Ryan did
Had a nice
first.
little message on my phone from Ollie Howard saying how much he enjoyed the Super Series experience.
Yeah, nice guy is Ollie. Yeah, really enjoyed his company this week.
Yeah, we had a little chat obviously before the session started today, and
100.
yeah, he was he's just a genuine nice guy, and yeah, I look forward to seeing him some more. And I will obviously, I do see a lot of the balls hitter stuff anyway. So yeah, always find it interesting, some of it.
To be fair, he forgot his darts, didn't he? Early? 'Cause he came out and had a little chat with us, put the darts on the table and our little table in the comms box, and then we were chatting
85.
away, putting the world to rights, and then all of a sudden, as he left, we had to give him a tap on the shoulder. Oi, pal, you might need these today.
Yeah, these 3 darts you've left here. Do you need them? Oh yeah, thanks, mate.
Actually played all right today. Didn't he?
He did, yeah. You know, as the day went on, as a couple of days went on, it can be very daunting, and like I say, all eyes are on him because of who he is and what they do as a group, the balls hitters, and yeah, so there's a certain amount of pressure, and I just try to help him relieve a little bit of some of that and sort of concentrate on himself a little bit and
43.
enjoy, because at the end of the day, he's here as a dart player and not part of the influencers. So yeah, no, good to meet him. Good to meet him, and yeah, a bit of a thrower, isn't he? He's got a bit in there.
Yeah, like I said, I think there's a few bits that he'll probably look at and think, right, if I can tidy up this, work on this, there's something to go with. But that's like
85.
any player, isn't it, ultimately?
Steve the car 135.
Yeah, but he can study his throw in a proper circumstance here, being in the studio. So
63.
In a proper playing capacity. So yeah, no, lots of pluses for him, I think. Not too many negatives. As long as you come out with more pluses than negatives, you've done the right thing by being here.
Treble 3 tops is an offer here.
On the first leg, Graham Branley.
It's like an exhibition shot.
Second leg, Steve the third first. Game on.
Yes, one of the things you do get here is you get the opportunity to really evaluate yourself. You've got the cameras here.
60.
It's basically like an analytical tool where you can go back, you look at the good bits, look at the bad bits, you put it all in perspective, and then right at the end of it, once you put it all in the melting pot, you think, right, this is how I assess it all. This is what went well. This
100.
is what I improved. So when I come back to arena like this, this is how I get better.
Yeah, absolutely. I can sit here and I can tell you that when you go up there as a player, the adrenaline is so much quicker than usually because you're on telly and in the front of the cameras. So sometimes you can overthrow. So you're throwing that much harder with the adrenaline. And when it's usually leaving your hand or where you're throwing, it will go in the treble 20.
81.
The adrenaline makes it go an inch, 2 inches above sometimes. And until you've been up there and experienced it in front of the cameras, I can explain it to you all you like, but you won't understand it until you've been up there and done it. And so I know that, you know, when this is the lovely thing about the commentary and enjoying the commentary like I do, having been up there, you can explain, and the guys that have been up there any time in the darting life can sort of relate to what you're saying because they've experienced it.
Well, Steve Hine has experienced some ups and downs.
134.
Been a night tonight.
Steve the
Could
car
potentially win 3 of
112.
his 4 games. It's not going to be enough to get him through, but he already feel like he is
56.
shown what we
Radio
know
car
he's
59.
capable of. Branley for 2-0, looking at double top.
$19. Steve the car 56.
Doesn't get, and so Hine returns to 56 to square this game up at 1 apiece. Double top is what he wants. And double top is what he gets, and we are back all square at 1-1.
Third leg round to through first. Game on. $85.
I noticed Ryan Branley's got a little like bag on the top of his dart case over on the table.
140.
And he goes back and touches his fingers on it. And there are varying sort of little bags out there on the market that you can get that take the
40.
Some will put little bits of dust and relieve your fingers of sweat or whatever, and it usually gets quite warm in here under all the
96.
lights at the live lounge. You can see a little bag on the top of his case, look, and that is one you can either pick it up and put it in the palm of your hand and it will remove the sweat from your hand. And there are varying different colours of those because they do different things.
140.
I think they kind of originated probably in like 10-pin bowling and things like that, so that your fingers aren't sticking
94.
inside the ball. So as you bowl down the alley, so yeah, there are varying products that you can use. There's obviously the genuine sort of there's chalk in a bag, which is a white bag.
140.
Which obviously, you know, the likes of Phil Taylor we used to see use all the time. I use like a rosin bag, which is a slightly different
97.
material.
Round your car,
and I
96.
just touch that, and that takes the sweat away from my fingers. And those particular bags that Ryan Branley used, and I think they're used in bowling. I think they're called Super Grip, and
40.
I think the blue ones
Supercar
help you
74.
grip the dart. And there's a pink one as well that again removes the sweat with a natural bean
34.
type thing
Round
inside
your car,
it.
56.
So there are varying sorts.
Well, he's looking to get a grip of this game. Double top for 2-1 lead. And double top
Change
is
from the
found, and
third
Ryan
leg, Ryan
Branley
Branley.
finds himself 2-1 to the good in this contest.
Fourth leg, Steve to through first. Game on. $140. $31. $100. $100.
He's determined to have fun, isn't he, Steve Hine? Actually averaging 97 on for potential 11 data.
I was going to say he's nipping along nicely.
See if we got 81. $57. $45. See the car 24. $12. $100. See the car 12.
So Steve Hine looking at double six to square this game up at 2-2. We'll look at double three.
No
Branley
score.
now to go
Round your
to
car,
clear
85.
and then have the darts in the next to win the match.
Yeah, you feel Hine should have wrapped this leg up already. But he's offering opportunities to Branley. Is that one in the way of the ball? He's having to go right. The typical routine, usual routine,
60.
didn't quite work
Steve
for him on
McGuire,
this
12.
occasion.
Getting shown the fourth leg, Steve
Hine
Hine.
gets back in and levels it up at 2-2.
Yep, all squaresies in this
first. Game on.
ninth game.
$135. $100.
Steve Hine does come through this game.
96.
Makes himself have 3 out of 4 wins. He'll kind of be looking back at tomorrow and yesterday and
100.
tomorrow, if that makes sense. He'll look back at yesterday, tomorrow. I'll get it all in the right order.
The Beatles tribute act sounds terrible, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. And he'll wonder kind of, you know, just one more win yesterday would have got me where I needed to be. And he'll end with 3 wins if he wins here.
36.
And kind of wonder what if.
130.
On his reflection of the whole sort of couple of days in Group B.
He doesn't have to.
90.
And he's not going to. He's in cell tops after 12. Sensible play from Branley.
134. Round your car, 40.
So to move himself 3-2 up.
Game shot on the 5th leg.
Branley gets tops, 3-2.
6 leg Steve to throw first. Game on. $95. $60. $60. $134. $81. $86. $43.
So Branley's effectively turned a throw. And this will help turn it in his direction.
100.
So I'll have to come out to the 18s.
94. Round your car, 121.
So Steve Hine may well be exiting stage left here of the Super Series because Ryan Branley looks at the ball to round off his night with a 1-2-1 check out.
Steve the car, 128.
Unable to get. And so this to force the last leg decider. He's not going to find the trouble that gives himself a dart at the bull. It was a better night tonight for Steve Hine, but Ryan Branley has been the unassailable force in this group. This would be for 7 wins out of 8 for complete and utter domination of the group. Domination it has been from the first dart to the last for Ryan Branley. A 4-2 win against Steve Hine books his place through and books his place through emphatically. Nobody could get close to him in this group. 90 average, 4 out of 8 on his doubles. He didn't really need to provide his A game. He provided a level good enough to blow everybody away. One more game to go. Richie Burnett takes on Mason Whitlock. And this, well, this is for pride. Final game of the night. Here's a meeting between Mason Whitlock and Richie Burnett. This is a game which basically is just shoring up the finishing positions. Now, Richie can only finish 4th. Mason basically needs a couple of legs to finish 2nd in the group. That is the permutations on this one. So let's just enjoy Scott Mitchell, another game of darts.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Still a bit to play for because obviously position in the group, there's a monetary value attached. So if Mason can jump up
through first. Game on.
to 2nd, financially he'll be slightly better off than if he finishes 3rd. And also it changes where he drops
83.
into the Saturday evening groups as well.
Well, if he drops in here, he will be with Boris Kirchmar and Oliver King if he finishes
46.
in 2nd position. Finishes 3rd, he'll be with Ryan Branley and Richard McKee.
So much of a muchness then, really, isn't it?
Pretty much,
It's
yeah.
a Saturday night. There's no easy places. You've all won groups
43.
or whatever to qualify. So people are always on the up, feeling good about qualifying on a Saturday night.
140.
This is a super opening leg from Burnett. Can he finish it off? Is the question.
95. Richie McGuire, 98.
May well do. He's not going to find an 11 dart star, but
85.
Mason Whitlock hasn't started in this game yet.
Able to find the funny side
85.
of that double
Richie
three instead
McGuire,
of the
13.
single.
Oh, he's
No score.
bust it. In one dart, Richie Burnett's average went down
85.
by
Richie McGuire,
25
13.
points.
No
He's
score.
done it again.
Mason McGuire,
We're as
147.
disbelieving as you are, Richie, of what's just happened. I think if Mason Whitlock hit that 147, I think he would have walked off.
39. Richie McGuire, 13.
Come on, Richie, just go and get a 9 and get 2 2s.
Game shown the first leg, Richie Burnett.
Even Hinksy's finding the funny side of this.
Second leg, Mason to throw first. Game on.
He's had to look away to stop himself laughing at Richie Burnett. He involves everybody in his game, doesn't he?
But he said he wanted to have some fun. And I've got a feeling he's not the only one.
40. $48. $51.
And to think that Mason Whitlock wasn't even born when Richie Burnett won the World Championship.
77.
That must be a scary floating thought. The people that you play up against weren't even born when you won the World. That may well happen to you in the not too distant future, Scott.
Yeah, who knows? I might be retired and gone
26.
by then. You never know. I might be fed up with darts and walk away. That's the trendy thing to say these days, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, just like throw it in. Oh, I'm going to retire then win the World Championship again.
It's the trendy thing to say, but no. I love the game. I hope I'm still playing when I'm 80. Oh, if I live till I'm 80. But yeah, if I'm still playing it then, I'll still be playing. If I can walk,
46.
I'll be chucking them. If I can reach the board.
With the odd mic in the hand as well, of course.
Yeah,
100.
absolutely. I'll always talk about it, I think. If anybody wants me, I'll always talk about it.
121. Measure the car 136.
Really is getting involved, isn't he, Richie Burnett? Whitlock looking at 136. Another one of them. 88. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful for Mason Whitlock.
Third leg, Richie to third first.
And Richie Burnett just shrugged his shoulders and says, why always me? That 136 checkout was actually Mason Whitlock's highest score of the game so far.
95.
I have a sneaky suspicion it was his highest and only ton plus shot out of the last couple of days in Group B for him.
140. $91. $75. $41. $24. $59. Richie car 167.
Treble 20 then first, not to be this time. I want to put a hole in it.
97.
And that certainly does that. Knocks the 7 off the end, so 70 left for Burnett when he comes back. Whitlock a couple of streets away on 280.
82. Richie car 70.
She's just working it out. 25.
54.
Tidies it up and leaves 88. But look back on 198.
43. Richie car 16.
Double 2 then, last start.
12.
Didn't want to leave himself on double 1, did he? If in that
155.
case he does get a comeback. Trouble 19 to double 19. No, not going to happen.
139. Richie car 4. No score. Measure car 16.
And Richie Burnett's Achilles heel of this week returns to haunt him in the last game.
Whitlock. Fourth leg Mason to throw first. Game on. $84. $100.
Mason straying into the
55.
fives.
$100. $60.
Don't forget, we're going to be live from 7:30 tomorrow night to see how this week concludes. We know the identity of the 6 players that will be playing for the £5,000 first prize. Who will pick it up? It's not going to be that man there, Richie Burnett. His race has been run and he will be heading back to Wales come the end of this game.
41.
Yeah, when you see the names from the week that were in for the 5 days, you just can't imagine that Devon Peterson or Richie Burnett not making the Saturday night final. But that's such is the talent of the new faces that are coming through here at the Modus Super Series.
$60. Mason Car 50.
Whitlock looking at 50 to make it 3-1. Missed the big number. Double 16.
34.
Just strays inside, and so Burnett to keep this game ticking. Double top. 2-2.
Shown the 4th leg, Richie Burnett.
Nicely done. It looked like that first dart was a little bit too high from Burnett, but he managed to get alongside it. Used it as a nice marker.
$60. $180.
Nicely found. I don't know how they all stayed in. They all looked a bit wobbly and on the move as they clattered into one another, but 180 it is.
100.
It's a 180 here, particularly on the first throw. Having hit one here already, you must think like 180 in your head already.
$41. $136. $84. Mason Car 170.
So Whitlock 170 for 3-2. 6 starts from here.
$60.
Yeah, looks like he's going to need them also. But a 140 here could put a cat amongst the pigeons.
100. Mason Car 110. $90. Richie Car 116. $96. Mason Car 20.
It's not often you see Burnett miss tops above, is it?
Game show on the 5th leg, Mason Whitlock.
Done by Mason. He now has
6th leg, Mason to through first.
To close it out.
On. $96. $140. $100. $96. $43.
So halfway down the leg, and we're none the wiser. Nobody seems to have
97.
asserted themselves on this one. Burnett went for 25 to knock the 5 off the end.
78.
But missed it and left himself on a bogey.
$38. $100. Richard Carr, 130.
So Whitlock down under a ton and on a finish. Burnett just needed to stay straight. Got a little bit greedy on the treble there, didn't he?
90. Mason Carr,
Leaving
84.
himself on double top. Should he get a chance to come back? So Whitlock for the match on 84.
It's the bull.
59.
And now Burnett has a
40.
chance to take us all the way.
Game show
Into
on
the
6
corner
leg,
it
Richard
goes,
Burnett.
and one more leg we have.
7th and final leg, Richie the third first. Game on. $35.
Oh, God, I tell you what scared me there. That camera nearly went.
180.
Whitlock pars in a max.
$140. $85.
Slightly pushed that one and into the 5s.
$180.
She's like a dog on a bone when he's in this mood, isn't he? He doesn't want to let this game go. Oh, good stuff from Mason Whitlock. Two 180s in the leg, each side of an 85.
Mason giving Richie's genie a rub.
$45. Mason Carr,
Speaker
56.
has been Richie's friend this week. Mason making acquaintance with it. But he's going to be
Game show
making
on the
acquaintance
match.
with Saturday
Mason
night. He's
Whitlock.
going to do it with an 11 darter. Lovely embrace between the pair. Richie, well, it's not happened for him this week, but it's been great to have him. We'll see him in August anyway. For the pairs, we'll see Mason Whitlock tomorrow night. He beats Richie Burnett in the final game of the night by 4 legs to 3.
So this is what we've seen this evening at the Super Series. Before the break, Mason Whitlock got the better of Richie Burnett by 4 legs of 3. Richie Burnett and Steve Hine, the 2 players that were eliminated. We saw Mason Whitlock, Ryan Branley and Mike Gillet make it through to Saturday night's final. Shall we see that they've made it through? Let's see how they made it through. This is the table. Branley, Whitlock and Gillet through. It's because he won game 8, didn't he? You just completely forget on these Friday nights. Ryan Branley then the winner of the group. Scott Mitchell alongside me here in the studio, and domination from start to finish, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely was. You know, we've been talking about him just doing enough each time, composing himself. When he loses a couple of legs, he's not too bothered. He comes back, and I've got to be honest with you, he dominated this group. He was unlucky not to get through from Group A, to be honest. And I thought that he made up for that, and more than made up for it, by dominating Group B. So
Branley through, alongside him Mason Whitlock and Mike Gillet. And in terms of Mason, he can relax. The monkey's off the back now.
Yeah, look, you know, it doesn't help that he's who he is. You know, there's always going to be a comparison, and he's got to be allowed to grow and achieve things for himself. And you know, he's been here 5th time lucky or whatever it is, and he's just relieved to be through to a Saturday night final finally.
Well, he beat Mike Gillet to seal his place through. I suppose we haven't really spoken about him because he's just kind of just got the job done, really, hasn't he? There's been no frills, no frills, no spills. He's just done what he's needed to do.
No, absolutely. It's just about qualifying for tomorrow and getting here, and you've got to be at the show to be able to win the show. So, yeah, he's made it, and yeah, he's in the mix for tomorrow. And if he steps up and has a couple of good ones at the start, we'll all be saying, whoa, we could see this coming. You just don't know.
Let's have a look at the tournament bracket then going into tomorrow night's final. These are the groups that are in play. Just some thoughts and observations on these, Scott.
Yeah, I think that obviously going in any group with Boris in the way that he started the week is going to be difficult. You expect him to get out of there, but it's 2 from 3. So, you know, it's more than possible. Branley looks good there in Group 2 for Group 2, but look, who knows? It's all on the night.
And look, we'll see Boris Kirchmar again. He was so impressive in Group A.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to find out tomorrow what he's done with his couple of days off, but knowing Boris, he won't worry about it too much. He'll be focused on tomorrow night and making sure that he gets the job done.
Scott, thank you so much. Always do appreciate your time as ever. Plenty coming up across Pluto TV. The Tungsten Talk is a Champions edition up next after the break. Then that's followed by the story of Chris Dobie. That is in the afternoon. That's followed by a Tungsten Talk with Mervyn King. That is before the live darts. And we're going to see Ryan Branley as part of the Saturday night field. That gets underway 7:30 p.m. here. Live exclusive on Pluto TV, as somebody is due to join the Champions Week field. Well, Wednesday we saw Boris Kirchmar breeze through Group A. Richard had the key. Oliver was the king in Group C. But tonight it was Gillet, the best a man can get. Whitlock was wonderful. And at the top of the group, it was Branley that was the best of the bunch. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye for now.
What a finish! What a man! The drum roll finishes, and the target is
And that was it. And it comes on finals night, and it's a knockout push.
Dirty Harrison!
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44.
32. Charlie require 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
require
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
require
hockey with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think he's gone to
180.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there, George Gave wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go!
Couldn't get the job
it.
done.
Got out the match, and the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Skate.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate.